the recent weeks, the United States has brokered many peace talks and normalization plans between Israel and its neighboring Arab countries. There are many responses to this plan. Some are not particularly positive, while others maintain a more optimistic view. Our team collected data from students around the Technion and found interesting remarks. We also talked with political activist Emmanuel Shachab for key insights. Let's hear what the students have to say.
שלום, מה נשמע?
היי, מה קורה?
הכל בסדר, תודה. שמי יונה. What's your name?
My name is Adaya.
Adaya, nice to meet you. The peace deal will affect, how do you think it will affect the Israeli society? Maybe you can translate.
איך את חושבת שההסכמי שלום ישפיעו על החברה הישראלית?
וואו. אני חושבת שקודם כל זה יכול לשנות את המעמד שלנו בעולם, גם מבחינה כלכלית ומבחינת מעמד. הנושא הזה של ישראל ומדינות ערב מאוד היה סבוך החל מהקמת המדינה, ואני חושבת שזה בשורה טובה שיש לעולם, שאנחנו יכולים לחבור וקצת לדלג על המשוכה הזאת, על המכשול הזה. כן, כמובן, אני מאוד אוהבת לטייל בחו"ל, והדבר הראשון שחשבתי עליו, וואו, עכשיו יהיה לי הזדמנות סוף סוף לבקר את המדינות האלה. כאילו, עד עכשיו היה אסור עליי לטייל בחלק הזה, ואני מאוד אשמח להכיר את התרבות ולהכיר מקומות נוספים בעולם. זה משהו שממש אני חושבת עליו. כן.
אחלה.
In what way do you think the peace deal will affect the Israeli society?
האם אתה חושב באיזה אופן ההסכמי שלום ישפיעו על
זה טוב,
החברה הישראלית?
חייבים, בכל העולם חייבים שלום, לא רק פה בין המדינות הערביות.
And how will it affect you personally?
ובפן האישי איך זה ישפיע עליך?
זה ישפיע על כולם, לא רק עליי.
לא, אבל לא עליך, תספר לנו איך זה ישפיע עליך. האם אתה חושב, עכשיו שיש הסכמי שלום, אתה חושב לנסוע לשם? אתה חושב?
חייבים לנסוע, לבקר כל מיני מדינות, לא רק ערביות, גם כל מיני. גם אני הלכתי לכל מיני מדינות, כבר ביקרתי שם.
Okay,
אז זה יפה, לבקר גם.
in what way or how do you think the peace deal will affect you personally?
First of all, I would really love to go to Dubai because of all of the buildings, the skyscrapers that they have there. I'm a student of civil engineering and like major of construction, and construction planning. So I would say, I think I have, as an engineer, a lot to learn from the technologies that they use to build over there. Besides that, personally, from what I have read, I'm really into green building, and I saw that there's a lot of startups and new technologies come from Saudi Arabia over that topic. So I think it's a good land for corporations, and personally, I would like to go there and learn and see, and maybe, I've heard that they want to do some research groups together from universities in Israel and Saudi Arabia. So I think it's in general it's positive both in an economical way of trade and both in technological ways, because they have means and they would love to use them in order to make humanity a little better, a little bit more progress, and I like this kind of ways. I share those values.
How do you think the peace deal will affect the Israeli society?
איך אתה חושב שההסכמי שלום ישפיעו על החברה הישראלית?
מאיזה בחינה?
כל הפינות, כלכלית...
הם ישפיעו כלכלית.
לא ישפיע כלכלית?
לא, ישפיע הרבה.
ישפיע הרבה, אוקיי.
כבר יש חברות שיצאו לאמרת והם עושים עסקות שם. אז כאילו זה ישפיע על הכלכלות.
אוקיי.
אבל זה ישפיע גם על העם הערבי, שהם לא יעשו איתם את כל הדברים, כאילו לא קונים אצלהם וזה.
אוקיי.
Oh, sorry. And I'm gonna ask an additional question. What effect does it have to the Palestinian society?
איך זה ישפיע על החברה הפלסטינאית?
זה לא ישפיע כל כך.
לא ישפיע כל כך.
No effect, right? What do you think it affects you personally?
מה זה משפיע עליי?
משפיע עליך בפן האישי.
כאילו, אני לא אסע לשם, זה הדבר הראשון. הייתי חושב לנסוע לשם, לצאת לחו"ל, אבל עכשיו הם בגדו בערבים, בגדו בעם הערבי, וזה לא מתאים בשבילי.
I'm gonna ask an additional question. There are a lot of separations between the Jewish and the Muslims, between the Israelis and Arab people. Do you think there should be less separation and they should communicate more?
יש כעת יש הפחדה בין, אתה רואה, יש בארץ הפחדה בין היהודים והערבים, האם אתה חושב שההסכם שלום הזה תוכל לסייע, תוכל לעזור, שיהיה יותר תקשורת בין שני הצדדים?
לא, בין העמים לא, זה בלתי אפשרי, אבל בין הממשלות זה ישפיע, זה יעזור מאוד.
I think it's a good agreement because we make peace with the Arab nation. It's a good things. We can to make deals with them, commerce. You know, we can to exchange with them, import, export. Something. It's very very cool, very nice, very important for us to make peace with the Arab nation. It's a very good thing, I think. Personally, I can now to travel in the Arab nation with my passport, with my Israeli passport.
Only by that, only traveling?
No, I think it's improves the life of Israeli citizens because we make import-export with them, so the price decrease in Israel.
So lower price for the live products.
Life product, yeah.
Very nice. And do you think Israel will be the state for the Jewish people after dealing with the Arab
Yes, of course.
nation?
It's not matter.
The deal doesn't change anything.
The peace deal is not. It's not matter for the Jewish state Israel.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Okay, I'm fine.
In what way do you think the peace agreements will affect Israeli society?
Well, first of all, it'll make it possible for Israelis to visit those countries with which we have the peace agreement, which is always Israelis love to travel because we can't travel across borders around us, or it's difficult to travel across borders. So we love to travel wherever, and so there's more places we can travel. And the fact that it's Arab countries that gives it some special mystique and some special flavor. Okay, so that's one thing. The other thing, it gives us the opportunity to get to know Arabs more in a positive environment and not only at the end of a weapon. Okay, because I'm not talking. Well, we have Arabs in Israel. Okay, but those we know already. But other Arabs. Okay, so because until now, most other Arabs were not friendly. Okay, so now all of a sudden there are other Arabs which are friendly. So that's a new kind of experience.
The Israeli identity as it is right now, how will it change?
I doubt it very much because I think first of all, you said Israeli identity. Okay, that's an iffy thing because in Israel we are Jews and non-Jews. Okay, and there is, for example, there is no legal position called. There's no Israeli nationality. Okay, so when you say Israeli, usually you actually mean Jewish. Usually, okay, although it's not correct. Okay, because Arabs are also Israelis. So you have to be very careful when you talk, or you have to define exactly what you're talking about. So if we look at Israel as Israelis, I think it will probably strengthen Israeli identity. It'll, in the sense that it's not that it's not strong, but in the sense that even Arabs who will visit those countries that have now established relations with us will maybe feel more Israeli, because there is a difference. Okay, the Arabs who live in Israel have become very much Israeli, and they also want to be Israeli. Okay, and the Jews will feel pretty much the same. Okay, so it'll be good for Israeli identity. It'll probably make more of an Israeli identity. Right now, it's a more Jewish identity and an Israeli Arab identity, but all those connections will make us into more one society, I think.
Do you feel optimistic towards the relationship between Israel and more Arab nations?
Yes, very.
Awesome. Thank you.